it going, everybody? I'm the Gaming Raptor, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Ocelotl in For Honor. The Ocelotl hail from the great Aztec Empire. Master hunters, their name means jaguar warrior. The Ocelotl stalk their enemies with predator patience, only to tear them to shreds in moments. Jesus. Put this guy in Dead by Daylight. They are ferocious fighters who never forget a grudge. I really do enjoy the Ocelotl because of his kit and the way that he moves in the game of For Honor. Now, honestly, a lot of people don't like this character because of the way he moves and the way he is and how people use him. In For Honor, Ocelotl's fighting style is more medium base, and he has fast and relentless offense, and he's more of a disabler and ganker in For Honor. He has more ganking capabilities in his kit than anything else. But we're going to spend the time just going over his kit, basically his lights, heavies, openers, zones, and pretty much a special unique move for Ocelotl that we'll go over today. So if you enjoyed today's video, be sure to leave a like and also subscribe for more For Honor content. But yes, without further ado, let's get into the Ocelotl guide. Here we go. Okay, so going over Ocelotl's kit, we're going to go over the lights and heavies first. Now, we'll just talk about the lights first since they're a bit easy again. Just going over the lights, taking it one step at a time. So starting off with Ocelotl lights, we'll go with the sides, which the left side is 12, right side is also 12, does 9 stamina, and top does 12 as well. So they're all 12 on all sides for the light. Now, for Ocelotl's chain lights, now the chain lights for Ocelotl, they're 10 damage on each side. As you can see, is 10 damage, 9 stamina, so it goes down for the chain and all. Next, we'll go over the heavies. Now, the heavies for Ocelotl, we'll go over the neutral. So first one, 24 for top heavy, side does 24, and the other side does 24. So right heavy, left heavy does 24 damage. Same goes for top, it does 12 damage as well, or no. So for right heavy, 24 damage, left heavy, 24 damage, top is 24 damage, 12 stamina for all of them, and Ocelotl has a chain unblockable heavy, which you can also delay if you want to. It does 28 damage and it has 12 stamina as well. For the other side is also 28. For top, I believe, is 28 as well. So yes, it is 28 damage for the chain heavies, chain unblockable heavies that is, and 12 stamina. So it is pretty good damage for Ocelotl here. Also, Ocelotl has a chain heavy after a light that does 26 damage, and same goes for top, it does 26. Same goes for the left side, it does 26 as well. So it has a 26 chain damage heavy after a light. So that's another thing to know. The next thing we'll talk about for Ocelotl is the openers and bashes. Okay, so Ocelotl's opener is a front forward X bash. So again, you just front forward, press X or guard break if you're on a different platform, and it has 15 stamina. This is a way to get like a light in afterward, which does 9 damage after you do this. Sometimes you'll get the bash off, sometimes you won't because people will react to it. So I would highly advise not trying to use the bash too much when you're using Ocelotl on the battlefield. Just don't use it too much. Use it when you think you want to use it or when you think it's the right time to use it. So the bashes we'll talk about are the infinite chain bashes, or so let's say we'll go for a light, we go for guard break. This is one of the bashes. It does 18 damage. A really good unique bash for Ocelotl, and it does 18 damage, 12 stamina afterward. So you would just want to be careful when using this, and you can't spam with this. But I would highly refrain from spamming it because a lot of people again will react to it. It's a very easy bash just to dodge, really. So yes, you can do the bash, and you go with the light afterward. And you can also go for a second bash, which this one is more a unique kind of bash with Ocelotl. I'll show you right now. All you got to do is press guard break again after you do the first bash. So it'll go light, first one, and then the second bash right there. And it does 22 damage, no stamina whatsoever, no stamina drain. And this right here, this bash here, a lot of people dodge that bash, so you want to be careful again using these bashes. Use them when you think is right or they think the opponent is just combobulated and all. You just want to make a good read using these bashes is all I'm saying. And also you can do the bash after a heavy as well. I did forget to mention that you can do the bash after heavy. Also, you can also do the regular bash and go for the second bash too, which gives you 22 damage as well. So you can do the second bash after any type of bash, neutral bash or chain bash. The next thing we'll go over for Ocelotl are the side dodge and front forward lights. So these side dodge lights and front forward lights, Ocelotl's side dodge lights are 14 damage on each side and does 9 stamina. The top light, this one's the harder kind of light to parry in For Honor, for me that is. It does 15 damage and it does 9 stamina, or it does cost 9 stamina to use, and I will highly refrain from spamming this move too much because people will start to catch on whenever you're using it too much. But other than that, it's a very fast light, and a lot of people do complain about this light being super fast, so I can understand from people's point of view when it comes to it. And it does do a little bit of damage. Now if they do try to nerf Ocelotl, I mean, they probably take this top light a bit, and I say nerf it down to like 3 to make it 12, but I don't know, they might not do that. Maybe not, maybe, I'm not sure. Also, after all of these lights here, you can go with the bash afterward, and you can go with the special bash as I showed y'all before. Even with the side dodges, you can go for a bash. So like, remember, after any kind of like light or heavy you do, you can go into that bash state that I showed y'all, the unblockable bash, and you can continue going with the chain if you want to, or you can start something else up, and you can make it infinite as long as you want. You just want to be careful when using these, because people will read you or will try to make a read on you and will just maybe block everything you do or just parry as best they can. The next thing we'll go over for Ocelotl is his zones. Now, the Ocelotl zones are kind of my favorite zones, to be honest. Ocelotl zones have hyper armor on them. As you saw there, that white flash had hyper armor, so we do the first zone. This one does 14 damage and it costs 30 stamina. Now, Ocelotl does have 2 zones. Well, you can double tap to make it 2. So you do 1 and then you do 2 again, which does 24 damage overall, which does 24 damage for that second zone, and it costs 12 stamina, so it does cost a little bit less stamina. However, it is a double-edged sword in my opinion, because you will waste a lot of stamina. It's because you do 30 and then you do 12, that's a lot of stamina taken down. So what my advice is, whenever you're doing a chain like this, or if you're doing like something like this, you throw that zone out within the chain. That's what I would advise you guys to do, is to throw your zone out while you're doing your mix up. Or if you're doing like a heavy right here, you can mix it to a zone and you can go with the zone afterward, and then go with the second zone afterward too, which will give you a lot of damage and good hyper armor. So just really use the zone in your chains, in my opinion. The last thing that I will talk to you guys about Ocelotl is his hunter stance. Now the hunter stance, the way to do this is you want to hold back on the right stick. Now it doesn't have any lights or bashes or anything. It only has 1 heavy, and you press heavy right here. This here, you can go with a chain as well. You can start up a chain after doing this, and it does around, I would say, 16 damage, and it also does a bit, I don't know if that's bleed or something. It could have been bleed, or it could have been just extra damage there just for that. But overall, I would highly use this if you're playing Dominion or Breach, just to gank your opponent, because a lot of people do this in Dominion, use the hunter stance and then go into their chain as best they can. Now in duels, you can get away with this in duels or elimination deathmatch. It is a bit hard to get away with it in those modes. You're 1v1ing your opponent, and I mean, you can do some 2s in elimination, or well, go all out 44 style and just gank and all elimination too, but it is still hard to get this move off because a lot of people will read it or just parry it. So you would just want to use this move just at random times, and all random times to catch your opponent off guard is what I would say. Use it in your reads, use it in your mix-ups when you feel like it, and you catch your opponent off guard, and you can get an execution off them with this with the hunter stance as well. And using the hunter stance is a good way to just mix your opponent up too as well, like getting out of it. Just be careful whenever using the hunter stance in your mix-ups as best you can. But yes, that is pretty much it for the Ocelotl's kit. Now we're gonna go ahead and go into the feats of the Ocelotl. Here we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so what we're gonna be doing today for the feats, you guys pretty much know about Tireless and Iron Lung for the first one. Same goes for Executioner's Spite and Bear Trap. For the second one, Protective Revive, you probably know about that, and Second Wind as always. And for the final one, you already know about Regenerate and Stalwart Banner, but we're going to mainly go over the first 4 main core feats for the Ocelotl. Here we go. For the first feat, tier 1, we have Huntsman's Spirit. This is a passive. You become a spirit upon dying, slowly returning to life. Spirits can move undetected but cannot attack. So with this, you come back as a spirit. Now this is used in Dominion, not in duels. It's used in Dominion, Breach, all the 44 modes. You can come back to life, and you can also get your health back as you're in spirit form as well. This here just helps Ocelotl change the game of Dominion a lot, to where people can just come back from dying and all in spirit form, get their health back, and go and cap another zone and decap it and maybe win the game. It's a pretty good feat in my opinion. A lot of people say it's overpowered. I don't say it's overpowered. I think it's a good feat. I mean, if they do nerf it, I mean, I don't know if they should, but I think it's a good feat overall in today's meta for honor, that is. For tier 2, we have Vengeful Mark. This here is a passive. Enemies that kill you are marked for a short time, their location is revealed, and they take extra damage. So basically, if your opponent kills you, they're going to be marked for a short time, and their location will be revealed as well. And they'll also take a lot of damage. So this is a good feat for when people just kill you and they get hit with a mark of death or something like that, man. And you have a chance to go and kill them with extra damage. So yeah, I highly recommend taking this feat too. For the tier 3 feat, for the first one, we have Quetzalcoatl's Blessing. This here is a passive. Killing enemies temporarily grants extra attack damage and increases speed. So you just kill enemies and you temporarily get an extra attack boost and speed boost as well. And for the final feat, this one is actually my favorite one. This is Trapper's Reach. Now, for the final one, this is called Trapper's Reach. You throw a spear to damage and bleed foes, pulling them into a guard break, only usable in guard mode. So you only use this in guard mode, so you have to be in guard mode just to use this feat. Personally, it's like who is that from Mortal Kombat? Oh yeah, that's right. It's like Scorpion from Mortal Kombat, where he pulls you in. For the final feat, we have Trapper's Reach. You throw a spear to damage and bleed foes, pulling them into a guard break, only usable in guard mode. So this move here, you can only use it in guard mode. You throw a spear, you pull them in, you get a guard break, and also does bleed too, and you get a free heavy as well. Basically, they're making Ocelotl here Scorpion with this final feat, where you get over here, and then a lot of people are starting to. Have you seen the TikToks? There's some TikToks of this, but personally, I would just mainly take the 4 main feats, because I just take the first one. The first one is all you would really need. It is really good to take this. So just take the first one, second one, third one. Well, third one you can change it if you want to, and the fourth one I highly would just take it. Just personally, really good feats overall, and I enjoy them. But there you guys have it. That there is the Ocelotl pretty much overall. I do hope you guys again enjoyed today's video of the Ocelotl. I really do enjoy the Ocelotl's kit in For Honor. Don't get me wrong, he's not that bad of a hero. He's very unique in his own right, dude. He really is very unique. I would just highly advise you guys, just try him out. Try him out, what you guys think about him. And just let me know in the comments what you think about Ocelotl in For Honor right now. Also, guys, I want to apologize and tell you guys that I am a bit sorry. I know that I haven't been very quality based in my content lately. I know I haven't posted as many tips videos that I usually would post. I haven't been on the grind as much lately. I've been very tired. I've been very just so burnt out and tired, due to the fact that I just stay up until like 4 a.m. making my videos, and I try to go as best I can into making the content better for you guys. So I know that it's a bit tough for me, and I don't play the game all the time. I'm also playing Exoprimal, so I don't play the game all the time as I usually do. So sometimes I win, sometimes I lose. A lot of people don't understand that in For Honor, and they expect you to win every single time, even in duels. That's a little thing I just want to address. It's like, guys, whenever you play in this game, you don't want to take it too seriously. I mean, sure, it does have a competitive side, but that's only in ranked duels. In regular duels, I just want to sit and just chill and just fight another person, bro. People just need to stop taking it seriously. Like, that's just my opinion. If you want to spread this, you can, but that's up to you guys. But again, I do appreciate the support from you guys. I will keep posting For Honor content here on YouTube. Same goes with Exoprimal. I know the last Exoprimal video didn't do too well. It just did not do well whatsoever. I don't know what happened. I guess it just wasn't the best. But the next one might be better. I'm gonna be going over Krieger in Exoprimal, so that's what we're gonna be doing. I'm gonna go over him in the next one. But again, let me know what you guys think about Ocelotl in the comments down below. Where would you put him on your tier list? In my opinion, he's like A tier for me. But where would you guys put him in your tier list? Let me know in the comments. And as always, I'm TheGamingRaptor. Stay well, right the packet, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Alright guys, peace out.